Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time, glad you're here. Glad you stopped by. I'm glad you took time out of your day, out of your schedule to tune in and see what I have to talk about today. And today I'm going to share some mindset set tips. I do that from time to time, cover a lot of different topics, things that are interesting to me. Hopefully some of them are of a little bit of interest to you as well. Of course, mindset tips. I talk about short-term rentals. I talk a little bit about bourbon and whiskey and travel vans and a lot of different things that we're kind of dabbling in right now. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. And while you're here, and if you don't mind, click the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already done so, I'd love if you subscribe. That way you can get all the new fresh content in your YouTube inbox as they come out. But anyway, like I said, today I want to talk about mindset tip. And specifically, I want to share a short story. My wife says I tell long stories sometimes. And even my short stories, she says, are a little bit too long for her liking from time to time. So we'll try to keep this the short version. But I want to replay a recent event actually that happened within the past few days. And the topic of the mindset tip, if you will, is sort of listening to the signs of the universe, or whatever you want to call it. A lot of things happen in almost day-to-day life. It's like, okay, that's a sign of some sort. Good sign, bad sign. Someone's thinking about you. Whatever the case may be. So in this particular story, my wife and I decided that we were interested in getting a new bed. We had recently slept in this amazing bed. It was fantastic. And our objective was to try to find that bed and bring it into our home so that when we're here in our home, we can sleep on this amazingly comfortable bed. And so I'll leave the manufacturer out of it in this case, but that's fine. It's not about that, really. So we go to the store where they might sell these particular beds. And turns out the model that we had enjoyed, they don't make that model anymore. But anyway, we're looking at the next closest thing. And, it's always fun to go mattress shopping. You get to lay down and test all these different beds to find one that might suit your needs. So we found one. We were pretty happy with it, and we were, pricing out, do we want this option, that option, and this pillow, and all that. So we had it all laid out. We knew what the price was going to be, and the company selling the bed, they had an offer where it's like 36 months, 0% interest, blah, 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 same as cash. And it's like, okay, fine. It was expensive enough. It's like, it's fine. I mean, we could have covered it, but it's like, what's the harm? If we want to pay it off later, no penalty for doing so. So in order to get that kind of financing, you have to basically apply for credit, from a company that provides credit to the store. So we're going through that process, and they ask all the standard questions: date of birth, social security number, address, blah, 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 all these things, right? And we went through that, and after waiting for, 10 minutes or so, they came back and said, we were declined. Bummer. Our credit is good, but whatever. It's like, no sweat. We'll get funds. We'll be back in a couple of days. We'll bring a check. We'll take care of it. So strike one, didn't get accepted for the credit to purchase this bed. So we come back a few days later, check in hand, ready to pay full price. We're good, right? So, again, go through, finalize all the details, give the check. The company needs to verify the check. So they use a third party or some system to verify the check. Well, it got declined. And so the salesperson, super helpful, by the way, great guy. So Dakota, if you're listening or you happen to come across this, you were super helpful, very patient, great guy to work with. But anyway, Dakota conveyed, he said, sometimes when this happens, it might be an issue with your bank. makes sense. I've had that happen before where we go to buy something and for whatever reason, we got flagged by the bank, whatever. So I get on the phone, call my bank, talk to somebody. They're like, yeah, there's no issue on our end. Put the person from the bank on speaker. They verified, yeah, there's more than ample funds in the account to cover this, and so on and so forth. So Dakota gets on the phone with the third party resource, and we were on hold, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. Well, I'm like, Dakota, we have another appointment. We have to go be across town here in a few minutes. So he's like, it's no big deal. I'll finish up the call with them. I'll find out what's going on, and I'll call you back. So he did call us back, and then when I spoke to him, he basically said that the company wouldn't accept a personal check. It was declined because of that. It would have to be a cashier check or put on a credit card or some other method of payment. So by this point, we've already gotten a couple of signals from the universe that says maybe now is not the right time to buy this bed. So that's what I told Dakota. I'm like, hey, I appreciate all your help. It's nothing that you did or didn't do. It's, obviously we got the sign the other day when we tried to buy it via the credit program, and that was declined. And today we brought in a check to pay for the bed in its entirety. But that was declined because it was a personal check. We listen to signs that we get from the universe, and this was two different signals that we were getting. So we're going to pay attention to that. So for whatever reason, it doesn't make sense for us to get a bed. So I guess I share that story because I think each of us gets exposed to signs or signals or things in our day-to-day lives. Like maybe you see a particular bird and it reminds you of a loved one, or maybe there's a certain sign that pops up as you're driving down the highway that triggers a thought or a memory or something. Anyway, there's countless signs that we're exposed to, symbols, each and every day. But are we in tune? Are we paying attention? Are we present enough in that moment to receive the message that's supposed to be delivered to us? So anyway, I just encourage you all to maybe take a pause, try to be more present, try to be more here now in this moment, and just pay attention to what other signs and signals may be coming your way. So maybe there's some important messages that you're supposed to be receiving, and for whatever reason, you're just not hearing the signal. So think about it. Let me know. I'd love to hear your stories. What signals, signs, messages from the universe, if you will, have you received about certain things that said go or stop or pause, whatever the case may be. So anyway, thank you all. I appreciate you, and hope you have a great day.